Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, I will be showcasing two different teams for the new raid versus Marco. This quest is pretty difficult and especially annoying to team build around if you miss specific units, but these two teams can clear very easily, provided of course that you will follow the exact guide I will give you. Without further ado, let's challenge raid Marco. The first team will be using Double versus Akainu as captain, and it is a very strong team, but you need to be very careful with your cooldowns. Everyone needs to be max special level, you need to have a ship that reduces cooldowns at least for one turn, and you also need charged special sockets at max level. On top of all that, your treasure map gear for Luffy needs to be limit broken plus, meaning you need to waste a treasure map key on him to reduce his cooldown. In stage 1, stall the maximum amount you can based on the cooldowns and do the same thing in stage 2. Although for stage 2, beware, do not let the enemies attack you, because if they do, they will also poison you and pretty much ruin your run. Akainu has barrier penetration if limit broken, so it should not really be a hard stage. In stages 1 and 2, you also need to farm for Akainu's versus ability, and it needs to be ready by stage 3 against Vista. He will turn all of your slots to unfavorable, and you need to take him out in one turn. Activate one Akainu versus ability and then also swap Sanji and Judge. Then attack with the unfavorable slots first, ending the chain on your bottom row units, Chopper and of course Sanji Judge, and you will be very easily taking care of Vista. If you don't, Akainu's burn will do it for you. For stage number 4 against Jozu, he will do a lot of damage to you, and he will also have threshold and defense up for 5 turns. What you need to do first here is activate treasure map gear for Luffy to get a matching slot on him guaranteed and also a color affinity boost, and then you want to activate the Flamingo to have adjacent matching slots and remove the defensive effects. Finally, swap Sanji Judge and attack Jozu. Of course, make sure you attack with the Q units that have a matching slot last, and you will take care of him. But on defeat, he will actually paralyze everyone for 10 turns. That is a lot of turns of paralysis, but no worries, this team can deal with it, and that is the main reason we need all of these supports. First of all, Marco will despair and bind you, and he will bind all of your sailors for 6 turns, so make sure you have your sockets at max level. Support Nekomamushi will activate removing 1 or 2 levels of bind, Rayleigh will remove bind and 2 turns of despair and paralysis, and then you want to activate Akainu first to have a full board of matching slots, an ore boost and also a chain lock for 2 turns. And you also want to activate his versus ability, so you can of course have a conditional attack boost. After Akainu, you want to activate Sanji and Judge. They will reduce paralysis and give you an attack boost, and support 20th anniversary Brook will completely remove despair and paralysis. Finally, activate Chopper to get some very needed healing for you to survive Marco's damage after you defeat him. You should be able to defeat him very easily at first, and then he will damage you and revive at around 12 million HP. As you can see, you barely survive thanks to Chopper, and now for turn number 2, you can activate the other Akainu to get a full board of matching slots again, but if you have decent slots anyway, you can just attack and of course take care of Marco for good this time. The next team will be using Double Sugar, one of the best Q super type units in the game, and we once again need to have some special support. Story Vivi should be on Pudding, and you can also use Q Kizuna Margaret in order to guarantee Pudding will get a matching slot in the final stage. Then you also need to have level 5 support rare recruit Q Bonnie, I think it is version 1, on Kuma, so she can completely, along with your sockets, remove the bind in the final stage. For your ship, you can pretty much use whatever you want, and the rest of the units can use stat boosting supports. Also very important for this team, you need to have your units in the specific places I have put them on the team, because it is extremely important for the later stages. You will totally understand why after we conclude with our stalling here. In stage number 2, of course, we have the enemies and the barriers. You need to again attack. Do not let them attack you. This time Pudding, if limit broken, has barrier penetration, so she can be extremely helpful in this stage. You need to make sure that you stall enough in these first 2 stages, so you can activate 1 sugar in turn 3 against Vista. Turn 1 Vista will turn your slots to unfavorable. What you need to do here is attack with everyone and Kuma last, because he actually makes Dex slots matching on him. So you can do the maximum amount of damage. It will be around 40 to 50% depending on how many perfects you hit. And in turn 2 he will paralyze the middle row units for 2 turns. Attack again, ending on the good orbs to do the maximum damage possible, but do not take him out. You will take him out turn 3. After he attacks you again, he will paralyze the bottom row units for 2 turns. Pudding resists it, so only Kuma. Activate your friend Captain Sugar and turn your captain and the bottom row units into toy bears. Now attack and the toy bears will very easily take care of Vista, since he shouldn't really have a lot of HP left. In stage 4, Jozu will appear, and if you actually had Ho available in the last stage, make sure you activate the ship so you can get some healing. Here I barely survive, but have in mind I do not have maximum auto heal sockets. If you do, you will be more than fine. Activate Bobbin to reduce the defensive effect, and also activate King to get an attack boost. I also activate Ho here to get some healing, but the middle row units will actually give you a full board of matching slots, that's why they need to be in the middle row, and after your 3 attacks, the toy bears will take over and defeat Jozu. He will again give you paralysis for 10 turns, but with this team we do not need to deal with the paralysis, exactly because we have Sugar and the ability to turn our subs into toy bears. Your sockets will activate, and so will your supports. First of all, Bonnie and the bind sockets will completely remove bind, and then Vivi will give Pudding a guaranteed Q slot. That is extremely important because Pudding will turn everyone's slot into Q. She will also get rid of Despair and give you a damage reduction shield, so definitely activate her first. She also gives you healing, so she is a very good unit for this team. Then activate Kuma to get a color affinity boost, and then you want to activate your friend Captain Sugar's super type ability to get an aura boost, and then your Captain Sugar's special to turn everyone else into toy bears. Tap your Sugar and the job will be done automatically. Marco will damage you, but because of the damage reduction that Pudding gave you, you are more than capable of surviving. Now, in turn number 2 against him, activate your own super type ability of Sugar, tap her again, and then Marco is finished. And these are my 2 teams against Marco. If you have any questions, feel free to tell me in the comments below, because this raid can be pretty tricky. If you enjoyed the video and it helped out, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel for more OBTC content. You can also check the videos on the screen while you're farming. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.